years, there has been so much popularities and in the rise of law of attraction teachings and manifestation. And you may see people posting online about how they are living their dream lives, is living at a 5-star hotel resort in Bali, or scuba diving in the Maldives, or wherever that is, living that dream life, and it looks like they have the absolute perfect life, put together life that you can dream of. And maybe you have been into one yourself. However, what you do not see a lot of the time is the behind the scene of what is going on. This internal dialogue telling you still deep down that it's still not enough, that you need to manifest more and more. And it feels like there is a black hole, an inner void that still is craving for more, and you need more stuff to be happy about. And maybe you even get to a point where you feel like you don't even know what that is anymore. Hello beauties, welcome to my channel. My name is Chanmye, and I am a fulfillment coach for feminine souls who desire happiness and fulfillment in life. And today I want to talk about law of attraction and manifestation, and why it did not lead me to happiness, why it did not lead me to fulfillment, even though a lot of people may think that when you manifest so and so, your dream husband, your dream partner, your dream house, your dream, when you have manifested all of the things, you will be happy. But however, I found out that there was a missing piece there, and I want to share with you why that is the case here. So first off, before we begin, I want to say, don't get me wrong, I do not like to be a naysayer, and I have been such a big believer in a law of attraction and manifestation, and I still do believe that right now, and I still do manifest, but the way that I go around it is totally different now, because I see that the common mistakes that I made, the common mistake that a lot of people are making when it comes to law of attraction teachings, and also it just keeps you on a hamster wheel, needing to manifest more and more in order to be happy. And that's what I found myself in. And just a bit of a brief background about me. I have been such a follower, not only a follower, I manifested things long before I even knew that it was a thing. Long before I even knew that people were talking about it online. When I was in 10th grade or so, I was manifesting my grades. I was manifesting getting A's on the exams and being this perfect, quote unquote, perfect straight A student. Doing that, I was combining the visualization techniques and changing beliefs about myself. I was doing all of that stuff even before I knew that it was a thing and people are talking about that online. And of course, it's so beautiful. Because of law of attraction, I could see that I am co-creating with life, the universe, whatever you call it. And I have manifested my husband, I have manifested my house that I'm living in, and I have manifested so many things, career opportunities, business, clients, etc. And I have used a lot of that. But it was until a year or so ago when I totally discovered that there is still something missing. I came to a point where it feels like a dead end when it comes to law of attraction, and I wasn't as excited about it as much as anymore. And so I wondered what that was. So what actually happened was that I was manifesting a successful launch, which is one of the things that I have dreamt of for so long, a 5-figure launch in my business, and that happened. And when I finally got to the point where I have so-called achieved the goal, I still felt like I just felt empty. I felt empty inside. I felt kind of lost too. My mind was then like, okay, now you got this goal, then what, right? I felt empty, and I felt like it didn't mean much. And that led me onto this whole year. I took time off from my business in order to be on a personal, like, spiritual quest, wondering what that actually was about, why that actually happened, and why it didn't, like, manifesting my so-called really big goal, my dream goal, didn't lead me to happiness. And I had to reassess all my beliefs about law of attraction and everything surrounding the manifestation thing. Like, I was wondering what that was wrong. And here is what I have come to discuss. So the first thing that you will see when you have manifested your dream partner, your dream career, your dream thing, your next thing, your big dream, the reason why a lot of people feel empty when we finally get to the place is because we are trying to manifest from a place of emptiness. We are trying to attract the desire because of a belief that where you are right now is not enough, because of a deeper fear about who you are, a deeper fear that you will not be enough, and therefore you need to manifest the thing in order to feel complete. And I know that this is how a lot of people approach manifestation, or maybe unconsciously even are teaching, and we're learning about manifestation. We're going about manifestation in that way because we believe that deep down, if we finally manifest your dream partner, your dream object, your dream thing, you're finally going to be happy. And that stems from a deep down belief that who you are right now is imperfect and is incomplete. Like, for me, in my case, I was trying to manifest this big financial goal in my business, because I had deeper shame around it. I had deeper shame around where I am and who I am. I was constantly comparing how much I make compared to other people. And I was constantly pedestalizing other people's success and thinking that I need to be in their shoes. I need to get to where they are in order to be happy. And all of that happens because I have a shame deep down about myself. I wasn't accepting who I was in my lows, in the phases where I was being rejected by my clients, in the phases where I was having no clients. Because I felt so much shame around that, I wanted to avoid it. And from that place, I was trying to manifest this big, quote unquote, success in my life. And what that led me to discover is, of course, the things that we run away from will continue to haunt us. So if you feel ashamed about you at your lowest point, that lowest point version of you will continue to haunt you, especially in your mind, in the behind the scenes that you are not showing to people. Like, for me, in my case, this little part of me that compared myself with others still continued. Like, even let's say I make 10K month in my business, then that little shamer, that little part of me that compare myself to other, would be comparing to people who have more, like people who have 50K launches, 100K launches, right? And this isn't just about money. This can go for any other thing, whether it's with your relationships, whether it's with your career. If there is a shame, if there is a part of you that is not accepting you for the quote unquote the before version of your transformation, the before you, the unevolved version of you, if there is a part of you that does not love all of you, you're still going to feel like it's a struggle to maintain your success. And there's still going to be a part where it feels like it's not enough, because you have to protect yourself with the success. You have to protect yourself from the fears, from the shame that you are avoiding from. And the other main reason why I found out that law of attraction wasn't leading me to happiness was because I was trying to manifest from my ego. So what does that mean? I was only manifesting because of the selfish needs, because of I want to create an image for myself. I want to do it for me, right? It is not about self-empowerment. It is not about like, okay, girl, you got to do it for yourself, right? It's not just in a way of a self-nourishing, self-love type of thing. But what was happening when we are approaching from the ego is that we are only thinking about us. We are only doing it in a way to preserve our image and maintain how we want to present ourselves into the world, and trying to establish this identity just for ourselves. Like for me in my business in the past, it was more like ego driven, in a sense that it was about like, if I finally make this launch and if I finally get to those numbers, I am going to be able to post it on social media and I'm going to impress those people. People are going to comment on my post. It was about me. Like people are going to see me as the perfect superstar, right? And that leads to this perpetual suffering of needing to constantly maintain preserve an image about yourself on how people see you, and wanting validation from others. That is what the ego is. The ego is trying to build that success and a successful life so that people will see you differently. And a lot of people, like when we talk about law of attraction, that's what we don't talk about, is that it has to be from such a pure space, pure heart space, if you truly want to be happy, truly want to be fulfilled. Like for me right now, how the way that I do law of attraction now is now from a totally different space. Like it isn't just about me anymore. It's about serving humanity, leading to the growth of collective consciousness, right? All of these things. And yes, it doesn't mean that you need to deprive yourself. It doesn't mean that you need to sacrifice yourself just to help other people. Like that is also another one of the egoic illusions around helping others. Like the ego, the resources are kind of limited and kind of scarce. So it is the reason why the ego is so afraid of like being totally purely in service to others. But what I have learned and discovered is that like you have to manifest from a place of service. Like, so, okay, if you finally manifest this thing, how are you going to be contributing to the greater whole? And only when you are connected to the whole, you can feel whole within. That whole will contribute to you back. Like, again, to the business example, if I think about how am I going to contribute to the whole, that not only ignites me, like give me a reason that is bigger for myself in order to show up, in order to do those take little actions each day, it just feel full, like, and feel fulfilled when you finally reach your goals too. And that is so important, because it's important that you are connected to your heart, because if you are not, you will be doing things just as a means to an end. Like for instance, it will be like, okay, I need to show up in this YouTube video. I need to do this thing. I need to take the action so that I can get this, so that I can attract this guy, attract this partner, so that I can get to this place XYZ, right? When we are doing from a place of like as a means to an end, we are trying to go about life in a way that is like transactional. We are attached to the outcome. We are trying to figure out how you need to be in order to get this. So even that your actions are not pure, your actions are not fluid and coming from the heart space, and instead your actions are gonna be kind of calculated and kind of pre-planned, so much planning that it feels rigid and it feels kind of boxed in if you are disconnected from your heart, if you're only approaching it from the ego, and if you are attached to the outcome. So that is what I learned, is that a lot of people, when we are trying to manifest, we think about the goal so much that the goal becomes bigger than the present moment. We are no longer learning, we are no longer appreciating this present moment anymore. Like, we think that this vision is better than your present moment, when the truth is that all of that you are looking for, like the answers, everything can be found here. Everything lies in this present moment, and only when you connect to the present moment can you truly feel happy. Because even if you achieve the goal, still you will have to meet the present moment of that, in that reality. And in that present, in that moment, when you cannot feel happy in that present moment, when you cannot feel content and satisfied in that moment, my love, nothing external outside of you can fulfill you. Like, not your dream guy, not the $1 million in your bank account, nothing will, because it will continue to feel like you're still lacking something and you need something outside of you. So that is what I have learned. The reasons why law of attraction and manifestation did not lead me to happiness, and how I now approach it differently in order to feel satisfied in this moment through every step of the process, every part of the manifestation process. So yeah, that is what I have to share today. I hope you enjoyed this video, my love. If you love this video, like and subscribe to this channel, and I am excited to share many more videos with you. Bye.